Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today says he met the girl he wants to call at a charity auction. I think charity auctions are actually a great place to meet people because it's a room full of givers. And I like any function that's full of a bunch of givers and just one person receiving. So I think that's a great place to meet people. Okay. I'm down with that. What's up, Josh? How are you?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Yeah. Pretty good.
Good.
You giver?
Yeah, indeed.
Indeed. Did you notice the girl that you ended up going on a date with when you're at the auction?
Actually, no. So, charity auction, good for a good cause. I found a piece of art that I really liked, and I got into a bidding war with somebody over it, and eventually I won.
Nice. That can be exciting.
I know. It felt pretty good. And then when I went up to pay for it, this beautiful woman out of nowhere comes up to me and says that she was the one bidding for it that I beat.
Oh, okay. Oh. And then you rubbed it in her face and left.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. First, I was a little taken aback because she was very striking. And then she offered to buy the piece of art from me. But I said that was not going to happen. But how about instead I take you out on a date?
Okay.
Wow,
Wait, a date in exchange for the piece of art?
No. So she doesn't get the piece of art.
No, keeping that.
But, if all things work out, she could see it.
Yeah, maybe it could be hanging on your bedroom ceiling someday, and you both could be staring at it.
Sure. That's a possibility. But she agreed. She was a little taken aback by my forwardness, but, smiled and agreed. And then we went on a date.
What's her name, by the way?
Camden.
All right. And how was the date with her? Did you just talk about the painting the whole time, or did you just haggle over the painting the entire time?
No, we did talk about the painting, but we talked about other art that we both really appreciated. Just like it felt, when you're you talk to somebody, it's like the first time, but you felt like you've known them your whole life.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
That's an amazing feeling.
Yeah, I haven't felt that often, and it was really nice and really enjoyable.
And it sounds like you guys have a ton of common interests. I mean, obviously, you're both charity-driven people. You like the same style of art.
Mm-hmm.
We do. But one of the things we differed on, she's a big fan of this Pinot that she wanted to order with dinner. I was not the biggest fan.
Oh, wine fight.
Oh.
That's probably why she's not calling you back. If you disagreed on wine, that's it. It's all over.
You.
By the way, you guys sound like the two richest people going out. We like the same art, but the wine is not going to work. Yes.
Well, I'm not that rich. I mean, I'm okay. I'm okay, but I'm not. I wouldn't consider myself rich. Some people were throwing down tons of money at this charity auction, which is great. But it's like, wow, that's much more rich for me. I couldn't handle that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, how did the rest of the date go?
I thought pretty well. We went home because we walked back to her place because it was pretty close by. We had some more wine, and then I stayed the night.
So it
That
went
sounds
well.
like a successful date.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Did you guys hook up?
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That was your respectful way of saying it. I stayed the night.
What was it like the next morning?
That's the thing. When we woke up, her demeanor completely changed. She basically rushed me out of the house. She just kept going on like she was late for something. She had to go, which I understand. I've been late for things before. I kind of get freaked out and frantic, and I gotta get there as soon as possible. But all the friendliness and the warmth she had the night before, just disappeared. Good. I wasn't trying to slow her down or anything like that. I got my stuff. I got out of there.
Maybe she was just trying to sleep with you in hopes she would get that painting.
Oh,
And then you didn't give it to her, and she's like, get out.
That's not crazy.
That was one of the things I thought of, but she doesn't seem like that shallow of a person.
Did you do anything weird or that would have upset her in the night?
I don't think so.
You didn't use her toothbrush or something?
No.
Okay.
She had a guest toothbrush. It was very nice.
Oh.
But no, I didn't do anything creepy or weird or untoward.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's what she wanted.
Do you think I should have done more weird stuff with her?
Oh, yeah. Go as freaky as you want on date one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. All out kinky.
Then you know.
Oh my gosh.
You don't want to try stuff later on after you guys already have too many feelings involved.
Don't listen to their advice.
Yeah, no, I've never done that before, so
Okay.
I wouldn't even know how to push that envelope.
Uh-huh.
Have you guys really talked at all since you guys hooked up?
I'm not really, no. I sent her 3 texts, kind of, keeping it friendly and warm, had a good time, love to hang out again. But, she's only written back, thanks.
Ooh, that's cold.
Yeah,
Yikes.
that's a
Yeah.
bad review probably for how things went that night.
Not even a thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, play a song, then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
Cool. Thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in to today's second date update, Josh is on the phone and he wants to call a girl named Camden. They actually met at a charity art auction. They were bidding on the same painting. He ended up winning it, but that struck up a conversation and they went to dinner and actually ended up hooking up. But the next morning, she rushed him out of her place and he hasn't been able to talk to her since. Hey, Josh,
Yep.
have you seen that painting in the last couple days?
Yes, I have.
Are you sure? Because maybe the reason she's not calling you back is because she's actually an international art thief. And while you were making passionate love to her and you guys were both making eye contact, she was scanning your retinas so she could use it to get through the security at your place to steal your beloved painting.
Yes, my front door, all the security I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Good theory, huh? Good theory.
got a sophisticated security system around your house, don't you?
Sense.
You guys should probably know this. I bought the painting for $80.
Okay.
I didn't
well,
say she was like a high budget
Yeah.
art thief.
It's either art thief or you were just really bad in bed is more my guess.
Yeah, for your sake, I hope it is art thief. All right. I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure out why she's not calling you back, okay?
Great. Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, I was looking for Camden.
this is Camden.
Camden, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh. Okay,
How are you? How are you doing today?
I'm fine. You're a radio show?
I am a person who has feelings and hair. I'm not a radio show,
I can confirm he has
but
hair.
I do work on a radio show. Yes.
Okay, why are you calling me?
Well, I'm calling you today because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay. Well, it's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out why. And you recently met a dude named Josh at a charity auction.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And Josh
yeah.
sent us an email. He told us about the evening you hung out. Not all the details, although if you're down to share all the details, I'd love to know. But he told us about hanging out with you, and he says that, you know, the next morning after you guys hooked up and everything, you rushed him out of the house and haven't talked to him since, and he's wondering why.
Oh, my God. He seriously called you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Should it be obvious to him why you're not calling him back?
You'd think, but I don't know. You don't really know people, I guess, until you've spent the night with them, and then you learn a lot, and it was just bad, and I don't know. That's such a good question. If he knows why, I don't want to talk to him anymore. And if he doesn't, that's almost scarier than if he did.
Okay.
Whoa.
So do you mind telling us then? Because if he doesn't know, he should probably know, right?
I mean, it's so personal, but I just don't. He did something that even if we had been like married for decades is something I would still not do myself, and I would sure hope whoever I was with wouldn't do it either.
Wait,
What?
he did it when you guys were in the throes of passion?
No, it was after we were together.
What did he do?
God, it's so gross.
Really?
He went into the bathroom
Yeah.
after we were done, and he didn't close the door.
What?
Like, he was just in there, like, doing his business. Like, and we're not talking number one, okay? We're
Oh.
talking.
Ew.
Wait, he sat down for a toozy with the door open?
He most definitely did.
Ew.
And I could hear and see and, yes, smell everything that was happening.
Oh, that's-
Totally disgusting. I've just met this person, you know, and we were on, like, you know, a first date, first staying the night moment.
Yeah.
And he immediately reverts to this behavior. So just absolutely the most unromantic, gross thing. And then it got worse because he did not wash his hands afterwards. And I
Oh, really?
Come on.
Did you tell him
Yes.
to get back into that bathroom? Go back to that sink right
Yeah,
now.
you just wiped.
I was shocked. And I know he didn't wash his hands because I was just like, from my bed, I can see my bathroom.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That might be worse than the
I'm gonna
actual
tell you,
act.
you don't even do that when you're married, okay? We keep the door shut during that business.
I would hope not. And then he wanted to cuddle with me. Like he wanted to touch me with his bacteria-laden hands.
You know what? Poop fingers?
Is that when you rushed him out of the house?
Well, you know what? I feel like I was actually pretty kind that I didn't just like leap out of bed and say, get out right now. Like
Yeah.
I let him stay, but I mean, God, I felt like I was just sleeping next to some giant animal or something. And I just,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I
can see
couldn't
why.
wait for him to leave the next day. I told him that I was running late for something and just got him out of there as fast as I could.
He could have just forgot to wash his hands.
You know, I have been drunk and remembered to
Yeah.
wash my hands. Like, this is a habit.
Yeah,
the
and either way, I
smells.
mean, the hand washing aside, too, to do that with the door open when you guys just met. I know some couples out there are like, we're so close, we do it on each other. That's how close we are. But for a lot of people, that's one thing you should hide from each other, you know? Close the door when you go to the
A
bathroom.
little privacy.
I mean, it's not like he's a horrible human being or something. I mean, it's just, I don't know how
thank you, Camden.
possibly-
I appreciate you telling me I'm not a horrible person. After all that, I kind of feel like it.
Oh!
Wow.
Who is this?
Oh, Camden, that's Josh.
Hi.
He's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
I'm an animal?
Are you kidding me? He's been on the phone this whole time?
Yeah, he has. Apparently, he couldn't wait until we brought him into the conveation either.
But this,
Oh, my God.
don't feel bad. This is stuff that he needs to learn about, Camden.
Oh, my
Not
God.
that big of a deal.
Whoa!
It's completely
It's not a big-
natural.
It's what?
Everyone goes to the bathroom. We're intimate with each other.
Josh, I didn't say you
That's
couldn't go to the
as intimate as it
bathroom.
gets.
I don't need to witness it. And the whole, what's with the not washing your hands?
My hands weren't dirty.
What?
What?
But did you not wipe?
No, I know how to wipe myself
Oh,
and not
my
get
God.
my hands dirty while doing it. There's a barrier
okay.
there.
Josh, I
Oh.
thought for sure you were going to come on this phone and apologize profusely and say, oh my God, I forgot, or oh my God, I realized once I was already halfway through it that I hadn't shut the door and I didn't know what to do. Like,
Okay, no, I do apologize if Camden, you felt, kind of bombarded by that and were disgusted by that. I am sorry that you felt that way. That was the way I was raised. My family, we all, everyone poo-poos. And we would just poo-poo with the door open. It was never a big deal.
Did you just say
naturally?
poo-poo?
Yeah.
Did you just call it poo-poo?
Yeah, everybody poo-poos.
I kind of like it now. Like, I don't know, Josh, the way you put it and you put it in those words, I'm like, yeah, it's not a big deal.
Oh, just a poop.
Yeah,
my
it's just a
God,
poo-poo.
it sounds like the title of one of my toddler's potty training books.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. Does your toddler wash his hands after he goes potty?
Absolutely.
Okay, forget the hand washing thing. That's something that can change, sure. But like Camden, I wouldn't have a problem watching you poo-poo.
Why do you keep saying it like that, Josh?
That is never going to happen,
cold.
okay? Not only because I wouldn't, but because I don't think we're going to see each other again.
Oh, no.
Seriously? Because of a little poo-poo, you don't want to see me again?
Yeah, seriously, Josh, because of that, okay? I mean, no decent person would be okay with someone, like, taking a crap in front of them, all right? That is just how it is.
Josh, is there any way that you could change? Like, you could be okay shutting the door while going to the bathroom?
Honestly, I just thought I would show her how comfortable I was with her. I mean, our conversation was so nice and so comfortable. Like, I don't mean to scare you with this language, but like it did kind of feel like we were like an old married couple, the way we just kind of conversed and, had a good time talking.
Well, I think you fast-forwarded the relationship pretty far, and let's just fast-forward it to when maybe one of us is dead, and,
Oh.
like, we're not together anymore.
Camden, you
brutal.
literally can't come back from this. I mean, you really liked this guy all the way up until that moment. Like, what if he promises to never do it again and to always shut the door in your presence?
Because I kind of am worried about what else is going to come out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like that he really is just like, look, this is just how it is. This is how my family is. Like, what other things do they do? Do they, like, drink off the milk carton right out of the fridge? Like, I mean, what other habits are going to unfold in this scenario? And then he's going to just be like, what? That's how it is. That's what people do.
Well, I don't drink out of the milk carton. I use glass. I put glasses on top of the dishwasher, plates on the bottom. That's industry standard.
And And you can close the door while you go to the bathroom. You should add that to your list.
Absolutely. If Camden, if you give me another chance, I will close the door when I go to the bathroom.
All right. Camden, would you like to go on a second date with Josh? We will pay for it.
Come on. I'm actually
He promises
rooting
to
for
close
him.
the door.
God,
You guys could go over all of your boundary stuff on the next date.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, that sounds like an awesome date. Just discussing what you will and won't have in your life. Yeah.
I gotta say, I feel like we've already been through a therapy session. This to me, it just might have been too much too soon. I think it killed all potential romance.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can't really unsee or unhear what happened.
You're absolutely right, and this is for me. Josh, you're not a terrible guy. I don't think that. I kind of feel like maybe find someone else who's got the same kind of relaxed standards around those things as you do, and you'll be happier.
Well,
I'm really sorry to hear that, but you're probably right.
sorry, Josh, no second date for you, but thank you both for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And before we let you go, Josh, can you just tell me what you call it one more time?
You mean the poo-poo?
Yes, the poo-poo. Thank you.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Move at 92.5.
It's time for your brand new second date update, and we all have a list of celebrities that we would do literally anything to get a date with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's yours?
Whoa.
I don't know, actually.
You guys don't have one off the top of your head?
You like Selma. I like Selma.
Selma Hayek, yeah, I like
Yeah.
Selma Hayek, but Meredith Baxter Burney is my A+ number one.
Who's
Always.
that?
Watch a Lifetime movie. You'll know who she is.
Okay.
Anyway, well, the guy in today's brand new second date update actually got to live out that fantasy. He went out with his number one biggest celebrity crush, and now he's not getting a call back from her. Is he pushing his luck? Probably, but we don't really care because it means we're finally going to have somebody almost as famous as me on the show.
You're so
Right?
dumb.
Am I right? In your second date update right now.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm really interested in today's second date update because the couple that went out on a date didn't even meet in this world.
What?
They met in another world.
What are you talking about?
The world of Warcraft.
That's how you have to say it every time, isn't it?
I have really no idea what that means, but I know that it is a video game where there is a world and there is warring and perhaps some crafting going on in said world.
Maybe some embroidery is what you're thinking?
Why don't we get some more information from Isaiah, who is on the phone right now, and that's where he met his date, apparently, playing World of Warcraft. What's up, Isaiah?
Hi, how's it going?
Well, it is an honor to make your acquaintance, sir.
Ah, yes, and the like to you.
Oh, so you are on board with this, Isaiah. I see.
Your email said that you met the girl that you want to call today for a second date while playing World of Warcraft.
Well, I'm really into World of Warcraft, and I started listening to a podcast that she runs, and that's how we connected.
Oh, she actually does a podcast.
Yeah, she's really, really good at it.
So like a whole podcast just about the video game.
Yeah, she gives like tips and strategies and stuff. It's super hot.
Oh,
Super hot, yeah. All right.
dang.
Wow.
To each their own, sir.
So you listen, so you're a fan of her podcast.
Yeah.
How
That
did you
even
actually...
sounded creepy the way you just said, yeah.
That's pretty cool, though. Like, how did you score a date with her?
Well, I sent her a direct message on Twitter because she gives that in the show.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And, I just told her that I admired her work and I liked listening to her podcast, and she ended up responding to me.
Oh,
That
nice.
actually shocks me because I bet she gets hit up a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure. She has, such a hot voice,
Okay.
All right, but she chose you, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, she got back to me, and I knew it was a stretch, even reaching out to her, because she is so popular and hot and knowledgeable about the game.
Mm-hmm.
We quickly figured out that we live in the same city.
Okay.
And I was,
It's not a city, it's a realm. Stop it, Isaiah.
yeah, it is a realm,
God,
You're right.
Isaiah does not think you're funny.
No, he doesn't.
think
But
he got it.
that's fine. He didn't get it. So you guys, lived in the same city, and you both figured that out. And did she ask you out, or did you ask her out?
I asked her out because I thought it was a sign, like it was destiny. So I knew I had to take a chance while the stars were in line for us.
Oh my God, that is serious talk about a first date. What did you guys do?
Well, we decided actually to go to a computer bar to play the game together.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
That sounds great.
You guys have a common interest? You both love World of Warcraft? Why not?
Yeah, it seemed like a smart choice.
Were you able to have a conversation with her while you're both playing a video game?
Yes, through the game.
Oh, the chat.
When you're living in the game, it's just like real life.
Right.
I don't get it.
So,
I don't get it.
for people who don't understand how the game is played, you went to a computer bar and you sat next to each other and played the game. But did you actually interact?
Actually, this is super cool. She taught me a command where you can make your character flirt with another character. And if you go command /flirt, then your character will actually flirt with their characters.
So wait, you went to a place to physically sit next to each other so you could virtually flirt with each other.
Brooke, let them do their thing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Great.
Okay.
I would think, and I don't know because I'm not a gamer, but I would think that's a good sign if she's teaching you how to flirt with her.
Yeah, and I did it over and over and over again, and she did it back to me, too.
Whoa.
Okay, but did you ever do it in real life?
Well, I actually, I got her, like, some snacks and drinks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she really liked that. And when we got to the computer bar, I made sure that I pulled out her computer chair for her, and I wheeled it back in when she sat down.
Nice, gentlemen.
And you know those squishy little things for your arms so you don't get tendonitis when you're playing games for a long time?
Yeah, like tendonitis carpal tunnel. Yeah.
Yeah, I broued an extra one of those, and I let her use that.
Wow.
You are thoughtful, sir.
Oh, thanks.
Did she think you were thoughtful too? Did she like that gesture?
Yeah, she said thank you, and she gave me a real big smile, and she touched my shoulder, and I think that was a really good sign.
Oh my God.
I think you're right. You know, they always say, like, if somebody touches you or something, that means they're interested.
Yeah, and she touched me more than once.
Wow, get it, son.
All right.
Woo.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in here. So how did things end? Like, was there any romance at that point?
Well, I walked her out, and I said that I'd like to hang out with her again, and we had a really good hug.
Okay.
That's good.
And, and then we left.
Okay, and did you guys make plans to go out again?
She said that she was open to hanging out again, so...
But you've called her and she hasn't called you back?
Yeah, I got her phone number, and we'd been texting, so I texted her, and I didn't hear anything back, so I thought maybe she wanted to go back to Twitter direct message, so I did that, and she didn't get back to me.
And you're sure she didn't take your little session as you being kind of like her student of World of Warcraft? Like, she understood it was an actual date, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, if it was a private tutorial, I assume she would have charged me for it.
That's true.
That's a good point.
Yep.
And when we were texting back and forth, she called it a date. She said, "It's a date!" Exclamation point.
Oh.
So she sounds interested.
Yeah, I know that she's kind of a celebrity in the gaming world, so maybe that's why she's not getting back to me, because she's just too busy.
Well, I'm going to play a song, come back, and then we'll call her and get your second date update and hopefully find out why she's not getting back to you, okay?
Okay.
All right, man. Hang on. We'll do it right after this.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, it's time for the second level of today's second date update. And if you're just tuning in and wondering why I'm playing the Mario Brothers theme song, it's because Isaiah is on the phone and he wants to call a girl named Dawn today. They actually met through their love of World of Warcraft. Now, I know Super Mario Brothers and World of Warcraft are a lot different,
Yeah, good thing you said that because we were about to get a lot of hate mail.
but I said video games, and so I found the best video game thing I could find to play. Anyway, they met because they both love World of Warcraft. She actually hosts a podcast that he listens to, and he hit her up on Twitter and ended up asking her out, and they got together and met up at a computer bar and actually played World of Warcraft together, and now she's not calling him back.
And she's like a celebrity in the gaming world. I mean, if she says that maybe she wasn't that interested, I still think that you should be pretty proud that you hooked on one date with her.
Yeah, I just want to know where I stand with her, because we had a really good time, and she seemed like she was interested in me, and we really hit it off in the game. And
Okay, well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone and find out why, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Hi, I was looking for Dawn.
Yeah, this is she.
Dawn, how you doing? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You host a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, what we do is kind of like a podcast, except you probably have more listeners.
Actually, probably true.
Okay, how can I help you?
Well, you can help us because we actually got an email from one of our listeners about you.
Okay, what'd they say?
Well, they said that they went out on a date with you a little while ago and had a really good time, but now you're not calling them back.
Oh, I thought you were calling because maybe you wanted, like, an interview or something.
No, sorry. You do a World of Warcraft podcast, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, our listeners have no idea what that is. So
I don't either. We'd ask you the dumbest questions.
Yeah, we would be
want it.
terrible interview. You'd probably get frustrated with us and hang up.
All right, okay. So,
The reason we're calling is you recently met up with a dude who actually listens to your podcast, but also wanted to go on a date with you. His name is Isaiah.
Yeah, I remember Isaiah.
Okay, well, Isaiah emailed us and told us about your date, and he's also confused because you're not calling him back, and he's tried to get a hold of you a few times.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it because you're, I don't know, have a lot of men throwing themselves at you?
No, actually, I really don't get asked out that often, so that's not it.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I think some guys are just kind of intimidated, and I mean, I wish more guys would ask me out. That would be nice, but no.
Well, let's talk about the one dude that did ask you out then, Isaiah. Did you not enjoy your date with him?
Oh, no, I mean, the date, it was fine. Like, it wasn't a bad date. It wasn't too awkward or anything. He's a fan of mine, so I'm just gonna say it's just not gonna work.
Can you tell us anything so that we can at least let him know? Because he's really confused. He thought that you had a great time and you both had a good connection and you enjoyed the date.
Well, you know, I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail, but I'm a level 110 Blood Elf Hunter, and he's a level 20 Undead Warrior.
Okay.
Okay. What does that mean exactly?
It just means that he has barely played the game.
Oh, and then...
In comparison to me.
Okay, so you've got a really good rating, and you have a high level on the game, and he doesn't.
It's similar to an 11-year-old boy asking Heidi Klum out on a date. You know, it's not gonna look good for her. Besides not being legal, but it's not going to be good.
So wait, the gaming world will judge you for dating someone?
Oh, yeah. Oh, they judge everything. Hardcore. Yeah.
Like, you're being serious about this?
Yeah, no, if they know that I'm hanging out with a noob, I'll lose followers. I'll get blasted.
Oh, no.
That is so weird to me.
This is a real thing. You mean this?
I mean, I have thousands of people following me, right? And they're following me for, like, strat and, you know, tips and things. How is it going to look if I'm dating, like, a level 20 warrior and he hasn't even gotten an Obergon yet? So it's like...
Yeah, I know, right?
Not Nobergon.
God.
Oh, my God.
God, anybody
How
knows
does-
Nobergon.
Obviously, Don, I have no idea what you said, but
But,
I'm
okay.
kind of understanding what you mean in a weird
Yeah.
way.
But why did you go out with him to begin with, Don? Didn't you know that he wasn't past Nobergon?
No, I wasn't on WoW when we were talking. He DM'd me on Twitter.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
and I mean, I didn't think to ask because, like, people who follow me, I assume they're at least level 80. Otherwise, why are they there?
Right, what are you doing?
You crazy?
We're trying to play in the big leagues.
Oh man, were you so disappointed when you found out about his level status?
It's a pretty big bummer. It's, like I said, I don't get asked out on dates a lot, and he was really nice, but it was a big drawback.
Okay,
poor guy.
that is an interesting reason, Don.
Yeah.
I do also want to let you know that Isaiah is on the other line listening to this conversation.
Right now?
Yep.
Hi. Hi, Don.
Oh my God.
Did you really mean all that?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were listening. I mean,
But you called me a noob.
Well, I don't mean to be mean, but you are. I mean, in the world of Warcraft, you are.
Yeah, if it's my status that you're worried about, then I will stop playing the game, and we can just connect about something else.
Isaiah, it's not your status I'm worried about. It's my status. I have an image to uphold.
Yeah, but if I quit, then you don't even have to worry about that status.
Yeah, but I can't date someone who doesn't play.
Well, it'll just seem like you're not dating anyone at all. It'll be a secret.
What?
Isaiah, you're willing to be just a secret boyfriend to her?
Because you weren't dating somebody before this.
I mean, well, so if we were dating, and I'm playing WoW all the time, you know that, like, what are we going to talk about? You don't know anything about end-level rating or, like, the end-of-game content. Like, you're still smelting tin and
Yeah, dude. You guys don't.
Sorry, but
What do you have in common, right?
Tin smelter.
I just can't be a teacher all the time.
Well, I can learn really fast. I mean, there's other podcasts I can be listening to all the time. I mean, I'll keep listening to yours, of course, and I will stay a subscriber no matter what. But, like, there's all kinds of things I can listen to, like, even when I'm, like, driving to work and stuff.
Well, and it's also just, like, a time thing. Like, if you're going to play World of Warcraft and want to play with me, you kind of got to put in a lot of hours.
I can do that. I mean, I can just drink coffee when I get home at night.
Or some Mountain Dew Code Red, man.
It's gonna take a while, man.
Yeah.
What if you guys just left World of Warcraft out of your relationship altogether?
Oh, you can't be serious.
I mean, I'm totally serious. Like, why does it need to be such a focal point of your romantic life?
I'm sorry, but it's that important to me.
Okay, I will commit myself 100% to playing every minute that I can, and I will catch up. I promise you, I'm not going to let go. And if I can just be around you, then I feel like it'll make me better as a person and as a player too, you know? Like, you make people better. That's what you do. It's what your podcast is for, is helping people, and you helped me.
Don, come on. I mean, he said you were intelligent. He said you were attractive. Like, this guy really thinks, like, you're it.
I know, and that's the hard part. That's why it's so hard to tell him no.
Still,
Don't say no. Like, I'll be here to support you. /flirt.
There you go. You got a /flirt over the phone, Don. Would you go out with Isaiah again one more time? We will pay for it.
Well, Isaiah, I mean, I can't date someone like this because of my work, but I mean, okay, if you can make it to like level 80, level 90, you can call me then, and we'll figure it out from there.
Hey,
you hear that, Isaiah?
Level 80, I can do that.
80, preferably 90, but I'll cut it at 80.
you can text me at 80.
The door is still open, Isaiah. If you get to the right level in World of Warcraft, you can have your dream date.
Got a lot of work to do.
I can do it. I know I can do it because I have love on my side.
All right, so it's a deal, Don. If he gets to level 80 or 90, you will give him another shot.
It's a deal.
Nice.
It's a deal.
Woo! Yeah. All right, now you got something to work toward, Isaiah.
Yeah.
All right, well, I understood about a third of what was said in today's second date update, but I think it's kind of a successful one, Isaiah. You might have a second date at some point.
I will, Don, no matter how long it takes.
All right. Well, just make sure you're always in a queue for a dungeon. Like, that's the way to get there.
All right. Remember that, Isaiah. If we learned anything about dating today, it's always remember you're in a queue for a dungeon.
You got it.
Always be in a queue for a dungeon.
Be in a queue for a dungeon.
Okay, almost got it.
Just get in that dungeon.
I will.
All right.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, you guys are laughing, but I'm a gamer, and people will judge her for dating this guy.
Okay.
Another text in at 78592 says, you guys don't know anything. World of Warcraft is a way of life.
Yeah.
She should definitely not go out with that guy. If you don't know what I'm talking about the second date update. Isaiah wanted to call a woman named Dawn. He was a big fan of hers because she hosts a World of Warcraft podcast and apparently is very successful with her podcast and at the game. They went out on a date. They played World of Warcraft together, and she found out on that date that he's a noob.
Oh, no.
The worst. He's not very good at the game. He's just starting. He's a level 20, I think she said.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means, but apparently somebody texted in 78592 laughing at him saying that's basically like he's a baby. Okay, so he hasn't learned a lot in World of Warcraft, and she's obviously very good at it. And she said she couldn't date him because the people that listen to her podcast would judge her, and she would lose subscribers if she was dating a noob.
So I always thought that the bullies were the ones that made fun of the gamers, but apparently the bullies are the gamers making fun of each other.
Right?
Yeah.
There's even
Like,
politics in the gaming world.
I know.
I only understood like 20% of what was going on in that second date.
Yeah, somebody texted in
But-
at 78592 and was like, what the hell just happened? I don't really know.
Yeah.
But they're not going out again until he gets his level up there.
Which means you're probably
Shoot.
not going out. It sounds hard to get
I
Yeah,
thought
it does.
that is a really judgy group of people.
Going to be a long time before they can go on a date. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Right in the middle of a second date. And if you're just joining us, Allison is on the phone. And Allison thinks she's not getting a call back because her and her date talked about something scary. Something that lurks all around you on a daily basis. They're everywhere, waiting for their chance to pounce. I'm, of course, talking about feet. Allison, who is on the phone to do a second date, has a fear of feet. And she thinks that she's not getting a call back because Ken, who's the guy that she went out with, asked her what her fear was, and she shared that with him. And then shortly after that, he was like, my stomach hurts, and you should probably go. Allison, are you ready to call him?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, if that's really it, you can't really do anything about it, right? Like, you can't change that piece of you. It's that serious.
Yeah, I cannot change that about myself, but I probably shouldn't have brought it up on a first date either.
Yeah. Hey, I'm the crazy chick who's scared of feet.
That could be what he heard in his head when you said it. So we'll find out right now. I'm going to dial his phone number and get him on the phone and see if we can get you an answer, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Jake.
Yeah, this is Tim.
Hey, Jake, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What's that?
It's a radio show?
A radio show?
Yeah. Like on the radio, like in your car and stuff. You could listen to us if you wanted to, but obviously you don't, so that's fine. I'm calling you today because we got an email about you from one of our listeners.
About me?
Yes.
Why would somebody email you about me?
Well, because you guys went on a date recently, and now you're not calling her back. So you recently had a date with a girl named Allison.
Yeah.
You met her at the bank,
Yeah, I did.
and she told us how you hung out at your place, watched some movies, had some drinks, and she thought you guys had a fun time, but you haven't reached out to her to go out again. So she asked if we could get you on the phone and find out if there's a problem.
I mean, there's not a problem.
Well, there isn't a problem, but you haven't called her or emailed her or anything.
No, I haven't, but, I made a mistake, and I don't see the need to call her or have a second date with her.
Oh,
You made a mistake? That sounds rude.
I was hoping.
Did you not like her that much?
Well, it's not her. It's like a mistake. It's like me. It was like a mistake on my part. It's not like about
Wait, you
her,
mean-
about Allison.
You mean asking her out? Is that because you were doing business at the bank and you feel weird about it now?
No. I mean, it's just like a personal mistake, and I don't feel the need to call her back. You know, I mean, it was only one date, and we didn't even kiss or anything like that. So
She said that you called things off because you said you felt sick. Was that an excuse, or did you actually feel sick?
Well, I did feel sick a little bit, but it was more an excuse, to tell you the truth. Halfway through, I realized everything that I needed to realize, and I was like, this is better off not happening.
You can understand why she's confused, though. Like, you asked her out, and then instead of going to the bar, you had her come to your house, and it seemed like you were setting up like a Netflix and chill situation, and then you bailed on it.
Well, I mean, I kind of was trying to set that up, but then I kind of bailed halfway through, and I mean, so she's kind of right.
What?
Okay, all right.
Why?
Was it the feet thing? She told us how you guys were hanging out, talking about fears, and she told you that she was scared of feet.
Yeah, no, the feet thing was weird. I will say that. I mean, that's funny that she did tell you that, though, because I couldn't stop laughing. That was weird.
She thought for sure. I mean, she said that things ended like minutes after that discussion.
Yeah, but it didn't have to do with the feet or anything like that. It was just a mistake on my part.
Can you give us anything? Because she's really confused. She actually liked you a lot and wants to know. Can you just give us a clue?
Well, I've never been with a woman, and
what?
I just wanted to try to, Netflix and chill and stuff, and but
You're a virgin?
Well, man, no, I'm not a virgin. I just never been with a woman. You know?
Are you gay then?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
So wait, you're gay, but you thought maybe you would try out women for a night?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been something I wanted to try and see kind of how it is and how it feels with a woman. And Allison is, a beautiful girl, and she had a great bubbly personality, and I love that. I really do. And she's really cool, and I mean, I would hang out with her again in a second. I saw her in the bank. I was like, if I'm going to have sex with a woman, that's the woman I want to have sex with.
Well, that's a compliment, I guess.
Very nice. Why wouldn't you just tell her that, though? Like, why? I mean, I understand, like, asking her out, you wouldn't tell her, but as the night progressed, why wouldn't you just be honest?
I don't know. It's not really, I don't know. I just didn't think she would understand, and then I was going to have to explain everything, and I just felt like kind of bad leading her on. So I just ended it and was just going to not see her again.
Oh, my God. That would be like the most flattering reason ever to me. I'd be like, cool.
Plus, you blew her off like a straight guy.
I mean, we could still hang out.
I wonder if she's going to like that or if that's going to be an insult. Let's find out, because she's actually on the phone and wants to talk to you.
No. I don't want you to call her or anything.
No, I don't have to. She's literally on the phone right now. Allison?
Hi, Jake. So, you're gay, huh?
Yeah, I'm gay. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is so awkward. It's amazing.
I wish that had come up. I wish you would have told me that.
It's important to know when you're going on a date with someone what their sexual preference is.
Yeah, that's important context.
Yeah, I mean, it is important, but I didn't feel like I needed to tell you every single thing about me. I wanted to try, maybe, I wanted to try something different, and while I was sitting there, I was thinking about it, and it's just disgusting, and I didn't want to do it.
Okay, Jake, we don't need to have so many.
You're gross.
Yeah.
So many adjectives there.
You're not gross, Allison. Allison, you're a beautiful girl. It's not about you. It's just about me, and I didn't want to touch you. It's gross.
Well, this is probably the only time that someone could say that to me, and I guess I kind of get it. I'm like not that upset.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want to touch me. I just wish I'd known. I thought it was about me.
No, it's not about you. It's not about you. If I was straight, I would date you in a second.
Was there any critiques you could give her? I mean, if you were straight, how would you change your dating game?
I would definitely hold back on the feet thing because that's like a weird thing to bring up. 25 minutes into a date. Yeah, that's super weird. So I would probably hold off on that.
Thank you so much for the dating critiques. Can I give you a piece of advice too, Jake?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great, cool. The next time you go on a date with a woman, tell her you're gay first.
Good advice.
Yes.
Well, I have to ask the question anyway. Jake, would you like to go out with Allison on a second date? We will pay for it. Maybe you can give it another shot.
Friends
Or
day.
they could just be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, as friends, yeah, but as like romantic, no.
All right. Allison, kind of worked for you. I mean, you do get to go out with him again if you want.
Free dinner.
I just can't believe this is happening. Like, never in a million years would I have thought that this was the reason that he wasn't calling me back.
So good news, though, it wasn't your fear of feet that turned him off, right?
Hey.
Yeah, this would happen. It's like I finally meet a guy that I connect with who's super great, and he doesn't care about the feet thing, and he's gay.
Yeah. There you go.
There's real life for you.
Yeah, that saying's around for a reason, I guess. I'm really excited to talk to the girl who's on the phone for a second date today because I'm hoping she can help me answer one of the biggest mysteries in my life. Her email says that she works at a bank, and the guy that she went out with was actually a customer at the bank, and he asked her out, and they went out. And my question is, what's the secret
The secret to what?
to hitting on a girl that works at a bank? My whole life, I've tried that, and it always goes well until they open up your bank account, and they're like, yeah, not interested.
No.
Allison, do you get hit on a lot at the bank? For some reason, for me, bank tellers have always been something that I've always wanted to go out with.
I don't know that I get hit on a lot. Maybe I just don't notice. I try to keep it professional.
Yeah, you might not, but you don't know this, but you are my white whale.
Who knew
And I
that
will.
was a fantasy?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It's not, Brooke. I'm
Big
telling
thing
you.
for bank tellers.
Okay.
Never been able to do it. So what was the guy that you want to call today? What's his name?
His name is Jake.
Jake. All right. Well, what was Jake's secret? How'd he do it?
It wasn't until after he left that he actually asked me out on the date, which I think kind of helped.
How did he do that if he wasn't there to ask you out?
So he came in actually to ask about a business loan, just kind of like normal everyday thing. And I thought that like maybe he was being flirty, but I couldn't tell. And like I said, I try to keep it professional. So I was like not really focusing on that and just gave him the information that he wanted. But it's my job.
Okay. So
Right, and he wants a loan, so he's probably going to be extra nice to you.
yeah. So check number one, if I ever wanted to ask a girl out at the bank, I have to ask about a small business loan. Got that down.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a bank account where the bank accounts are small potatoes. Get
Okay.
us on the loan.
All right. So walk in and go like, I'm trying to open up a business loan, a big business loan. You said he asked you out later. How did he do that?
So I gave him my card and gave him the usual spiel, if you have any more questions, feel free to call me. And later that day, he didn't even wait for very long. He just said that he had a really nice time talking to me and he was curious if I was single, and if I was, would I want to hang out sometime?
Okay.
So you like that, obviously. Where'd you guys go for your date?
Well, this is where it kind of changed up a little bit. We had planned on getting drinks at a bar. That was what we talked about. But then turns out his place was really close to the bar. And so we ended up meeting there first. And I was just kind of like hanging out while he was getting ready. It wasn't anything weird or that felt like sketchy or planned or anything. And then he had like a little home bar and asked if I wanted a drink before we went out. So we were having a drink, and then he turned on Netflix and
Oh, wow. Okay.
I see
so
where this is going.
It sounds like he had no intention of leaving the house, honestly.
I don't know.
Well, as soon as you said he was getting ready, I'm like, how much time does it take for a guy to get ready to go get drinks?
We're done in 5 minutes.
Depends how much he moisturizes.
Oh,
Come
okay.
on.
For me,
Thank you, high
it's
maintenance
an hour,
over
hour and a
there.
half. For some dudes, 5 minutes. Was his skin nice and smooth?
it did look very supple.
Okay, good. So yeah, it might have taken him a long time.
Jubal's right.
Do you think he just lured you over there to Netflix and chill, basically? Is that what you think happened?
I mean, it's entirely possible that was his plan all along. But the really weird thing is, if that was his goal, nothing ended up happening. We literally just watched Netflix and hung out.
Oh, you literally Netflixed and chilled.
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And if he would have made a move on you, would you have been okay with that?
I mean, yeah, he was cute, and like we got along really well. So like, I probably wouldn't have gone too far, but if he had made a move, like I wouldn't have been upset about it. And
Right. Do you think he chickened out for some reason in the middle?
well, there was a moment, like somewhat early on, that might have gotten a little awkward.
Awkward?
Why is that?
Yeah, and why do you sound so hesitant to talk about it?
Because I totally admit that this is on me. But we were talking about all kinds of stuff, and we started talking about our fears. And I ended up telling him what my greatest fear is, and I'm a little worried that this totally ruined the date.
Why?
What's your fear ruined date?
What's your fear?
I am afraid of feet.
Feet?
Like
Feet.
all feet?
Yeah, they super creep me out.
What?
I don't like thinking about them. I cannot touch them. I don't even want to touch my own feet, let alone think about touching other people's feet.
How does that work, though, if you're going to get intimate with someone? Do you just make them keep their socks on?
Yeah.
I don't need to go too far into this, but that is my fear, and that is what I told him.
So you're scared of naked feet?
Yes, I really am scared.
I mean, I can't blame somebody for having a phobia. Did it seem like he was judging you for being scared of feet?
Yeah, he just, all of the sudden, he wasn't feeling well, which I don't think is a good sign.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he has a foot fetish and he knew it wouldn't work out with you.
No!
Oh, gosh.
Just even the thought. How long after you brought up your fear of feet did the date end?
It was within a few minutes. It was
Wow.
close enough.
Really?
But I wanted to be respectful. He said he wasn't feeling well, so I left, and I haven't heard from him, and I haven't called him, and
Yeah.
Has he been back into the bank to follow up on his loan?
nope, not when I've been there.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and find out if your fear of feet is the reason he's not calling you back in your second date, okay?
Okay, thanks,
right.
guys.
Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, we don't air every single one of these second date updates.
Yeah.
We only air the good ones.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of just average ones that are like, yeah, I just didn't think she was that cool and didn't want to call her back.
Yeah.
Not very entertaining,
Yeah.
but we do get emails from weird people.
All the time.
And there's enough of them out there to fill quite a few hours of time.
Cerise and Craigslist exists.
Nicole is on the phone right now. Nicole, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. Now, you emailed us about a guy named Tony. Tell us about your email.
Well, I went on a date, just one date. I guess basically he hasn't called me back.
You sound kind of nervous right now, Nicole. Are you nervous?
I don't know. I feel a little funny about it, I guess. you know?
Okay.
What did you guys do on your date?
I'm an actress. I'm in a play. And we met up to have drinks first, and then he came to see the play.
Nice.
Oh, I
okay.
love drunk actresses.
It was one drink.
Okay.
It was kind of a risky move on my part, but you know.
And then what happened?
Well, I thought, we had this drink, and it was nice, and then I came out after the show, and he was gone. Like, he didn't text me. I couldn't find him.
Did you have a bad performance?
I don't think so. I thought it was, I've had lots of people tell me they thought it was great in the show. I don't know, maybe.
Were you expecting, did you have high hopes?
Yeah, kind of. I didn't know him that well yet. So.
This is like a first date. He doesn't even really know much about you other than he's going to check out your show.
Yeah, but I'd be so good even strangers would bring me flowers.
Oh, right.
Oh,
okay.
okay,
Sure.
But now I'm like, I really have to know why. I'm just like kind of starting to obsess over it. Like, what happened,
Have you tried to get a hold of him?
I have. I've texted him and nothing.
Huh.
Okay.
Maybe he had an emergency, but he didn't call you at all?
Maybe. Now it's been almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to call him right after this, see if we can get him on the phone and ask him why he ditched you, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Okay, Nicole's on the phone with us. She emailed us about a guy named Tony. They kind of went on a date. Nicole is an actress, and she invited Tony to her show. Nicole, what show were you performing in the first place?
Sound of Music.
Sound of Music.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
What do you play?
The lead, the Julie Andrews part.
Wow.
Okay. So you weren't just like a character, like this is your production pretty much. You're the star. Okay.
These are a few of my favorite things, Nicole.
All right, Nicole. I mean, it's weird that he would just ditch you and not hang around after the performance.
Did you guys have...
Yeah, to not give me anything.
Okay. Call him right now. And feel free to jump in whenever you want, okay?
Hopefully in song.
Okay.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Second date update musical style.
Hello?
Can I speak to Tony, please?
Yeah, this is Tony. Who's this?
Tony, what's up, dude? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. What's happening? How are you?
I'm good. Not bad.
That is polite, Tony.
Yeah, that is very polite of you.
Very nice.
Any idea why we might be calling you?
No, well, I've heard these updates on dates.
Yeah.
Are you guys calling about that?
Second date update.
Is that what you're calling for?
Yeah, somebody emailed us about you. Any idea who it would be?
I think so. It has to be this girl, Nicole, that I went out on a date with.
She wants to know why you ditched her after you came to see her performance of The Sound of Music.
Yeah. Did she tell you that it was sort of like an alternative sort of steampunk version? Did she mention this?
What?
So it wasn't a regular version of Sound of Music?
Are you like a Sound of Music critic where you could only watch the original?
I wouldn't say I'm a critic, but I know the movie. Did she tell you about every singing number that she had, what she did?
She told us that she was performing in The Sound of Music. She told you to come watch it. You had plans to go out after, and you left, and she couldn't find you after the performance. That's all she told us.
Well, okay, and so it's at this kind of dark kind of club called the Rebar.
Oh, yeah. I've been to the Rebar.
Hill. You know it? Okay.
Yeah, so it's like an adult version or something, whatever, punk music.
Yeah, except that every time she came out and did her numbers, and these are like, the sort of classic Julie Andrews songs, she went topless.
Okay.
It was a strip version of Sound of Music.
Uh-huh.
I think
Okay, I have to say something. I told him ahead of time it was a progressive version. Like I said, this is not. I told him.
Progressive could mean like different kind of music. You need to alert somebody that you're going to be topless.
I
I
said
mean, this was like Nicole. This was like the soft porn version,
No,
no. There wasn't anything artsy.
It's not like it was porn. I mean, I told you, it's not like it's not a Fifth Avenue show.
Right. But Nicole, like speaking from Tony's perspective, if someone were to go, "Hey, I'm performing this thing. It's pretty progressive," I'd be like, "Okay, cool. So like it's rock or something." And I showed up and you're topless. Like you should probably alert somebody to the fact that you're going to be naked if they're coming to see you for the first time and they don't even know you.
Well, it's part of what the show is. Like I feel like it would take away from the whole point of what it's doing if I was to tell him ahead of time. It wasn't just to be like, this is like a pornographic version of Sound of Music. It's like there was a point, and I didn't want to. I don't know. I felt like I was ruining it, and I tried to like tell him. I tried in as many ways as I could to be like, kind of risque, cool.
Right.
He was like, yeah, totally cool.
Tony, you went expecting to see a musical, The Sound of Music, and ended up in the middle of a boob show, which is fine.
It was totally gratuitous and unnecessary. It didn't make any sense. It doesn't work with the storyline. I mean, it just was bad.
Like now he's critiquing the script.
Thank you, Siskel.
Tony?
Yeah.
So you're pretty conservative then?
I don't know if I'm conservative, but The Sound of Music, man, it's sacred, isn't it?
It's not even about him seeing boobs on the first. It's like The Sound of Music. She just ruined The Sound of Music for me. Tony, I think the problem is you're maybe trying to date the wrong gender of people.
No, I like girls.
Okay, Tony, you're conservative and the boobs creeped you out, right?
Yeah, and leave The Sound of Music alone. You know what I mean?
Okay, we get it, Tony.
Okay, get off The Sound of Music.
Yeah, you love Julie Andrews.
All right. Tony, will you go out with her again on a second date? We'll pay for you guys to go out again.
Oh, you know what, guys? No, I'm sorry, man. Like, you should find Nicole somebody who wants to see that, but no, not for me.
Really?
I hope she finds somebody who wants to see her boobs. That's
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Nicole.
Thanks, though.
I honestly, I'm not disappointed. I just needed to know why.
Right.
Nicole, so, I mean, you're not upset, but at least you got your answer.
I got my answer.
Okay. Also, I'd like to come watch you guys rehearse, if that's a possibility. Anytime, just let me know.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Do you guys know that 1 out of every 10 relationships now starts online?
Really?
Really? Yeah.
I thought
According to a fact you just made up?
No, I actually read that one. This is a real fact.
Okay. I'm
Normally,
surprised it's not more.
99% of the things I say is complete made-up lies.
Yeah.
But that's actual true. I saw that the other day.
I'm
Anyway.
guessing our next couple met online?
Yes. Colby is on the phone with us right now. Colby emailed us about a girl that he went out with called Pia.
Called Pia?
Well, her name's Pia.
I know.
Yeah, but her
I shall call you Pia.
Yeah. That's what happens when you name a kid, right? Anyway, Colby, what's up, man?
Hey guys, how you doing?
How's it
Hi,
going?
Colby.
Tell us about the one called Pia.
Well, I met her online, and I was like, I really want to impress this girl, so I know a little bit about art. Decided I would take her to an art museum, and I'm trying to, explain varieties of art and the purpose behind some things, and then she starts commenting on the art pieces as well, and actually she knows a lot more about art than I do, which was just really amazing.
Amazing, or did you feel kind of like an idiot in that moment?
It humbled me, and it also it was beautiful. I mean, she herself she's a stunning woman herself. She could easily stand next to some of those art pieces on her own. She's lovely.
Did you know that she knew about art through your online interaction, or did she just kind of spring that on you?
I mean, she said she enjoyed art, but I didn't know that she was, an expert on art. She really knows her stuff.
So what'd you do after you went to the museum?
Well, the museum went really well, so I thought I would try to continue this date, and after if we took a couple of drinks, and she seemed game for that, so we went and had a couple of drinks.
And then she hopped behind the bar and started making all the the drinks better than the bartender. She's just a big one-upper, isn't she?
Hey, Colby, what was different about this girl? I mean, I assume you've been online dating for a while that stood out to you.
She expressed herself well, very intellectual, got a nice figure, great eyes. She's just stunning.
Nice.
Okay.
So how did everything go when you guys went to go get drinks?
I thought it went awesome. We were laughing, cutting up, a little personal history of each other, a little more so than we shared online, and got a little kiss at the end of the night. Was nice.
Oh, you got a kiss.
I didn't reach for a touch or anything like that, just a little peck and show my respect, but definitely let her know I was interested in seeing her again.
Give her a peck to show your respect.
That's
like
nice.
That.
I like it.
But so just a standard kiss at the end of a first date. Was there any kind of weird conversation that would lead you to think that she's not getting back to you because of something you said?
Man, nothing at all I picked up on.
So the conversation at the bar was just normal, everyday?
Yeah, family, what do you do? What types of food do you like, etc. Just your basic things. And, man, she ticked all my boxes. I really want to, I'd love to see her again. I've texted her a couple times, and our last correspondence was she said she didn't want to see me, and I just simply said, why?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, what?
So she straight up said she doesn't want to see you?
Correct.
Okay.
No reasons,
Weird.
though. Like, you have,
None.
you really honestly have no idea. So are you calling to, convince her otherwise, or?
I just, I kind of need a little bit of help with some closure here, or moving forward a little more. I mean, just the text just didn't seem, I don't know if her ex-boyfriend picked up the phone and texted me in response for her. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a good
That's
point.
quite a jump to
It could,
conclusion there.
could happen. You never know. All right. We're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Cool, thanks.
All right, hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I've got a great feeling about this.
Do you?
Yep, I think this is going to end with a connection, a love connection for Colby.
You are so full of sarcasm. It's ridiculous.
No, not at all. These always go so well, and I feel like this one is going to be probably the most magical second date update we've ever had.
Sorry, I was waiting for your heartfelt message about it.
Okay, you don't want to hear that. Colby, are you ready to give Pia a call and see why she basically told you to take a hike?
Oh, definitely. Let's do this, please.
All right, if anybody's just tuning into the second date update, Colby wants us to call this girl Pia he met online. They went to an art exhibit. He found out that she knew actually more about art than he does, which he liked a lot. They went and had drinks, into the night with a kiss. He texted her that he wanted to go out again, and she simply sent him a text back that said to leave her alone. Basically, not in those words, right, Colby?
That's correct, yeah.
And Colby, do you actually really, really dig this girl, or is it one of those things, she dissed you, now you're more into it than you really were to begin with?
Oh, no, I really like her. Otherwise, I wouldn't have contacted you guys.
Okay.
All right, Colby, here we go. We get her on the phone.
Hello?
Hi, is Pia there?
This is she.
Hey, Pia, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5. What's going on?
What?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on the radio station Moving 92.5. We do the morning show.
Okay.
How's it going?
Fine. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm calling you because you recently went out with a friend of mine, a guy named Colby, who you met online.
What?
Yeah. I know it sounds kind of weird, but Colby said he had a really good time with you, but you sent him a text message that said you're not interested in seeing him again and you don't want him to contact you anymore. Why is that?
We're just not compatible.
Why? What makes you guys not compatible? He said that you guys both liked art, actually was very impressed with your knowledge of art. He also shared that he enjoyed the conversation you had at the bar and you even ended the night with a kiss.
Pia, the way he painted it was that it was the perfect date.
We're just not compatible. He's a Gemini and I'm a Capricorn, and it's a disaster waiting to happen. And I'm going to stop it before it gets started, and that's why I put an end to it.
Is it wait, so your reasoning, Pia, is really because of your astrological signs?
Yeah.
They don't mesh?
Pia, are you serious? Pia, I got to let you know I'm a Gemini. I don't know how this is going to work out for us on the phone even.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so you guys know that she probably has, like, mood swings and is irrational sometimes, and sometimes it's probably like we're two different people, right?
Brooke does
Interesting, yeah, so you don't want to date a Gemini. Okay, I guess I get it now.
We're parties. We're parties in a little package, Pia.
You guys are unstable.
So Pia, you don't want to date him because he's a Gemini?
Yes, Geminis and Capricorns do not go at all.
That's it? What? It's just a sign.
Hey, Colby?
Oh, my gosh.
I'm shaking my head.
He's on the phone?
Yeah, Pia. Colby was on the other line and he heard everything that you just said.
Oh, my God.
Say hi to that dirty little Gemini, Colby, Pia.
I can't believe you. That's ridiculous. Our zodiac sign is the obstacle here.
Okay, and this is a perfect example, Colby. This is a perfect example of your irrational behavior. You're going to call the radio station and put me on the air? It doesn't even make any sense. You're on the other line, and you didn't even say anything. You could have called me and asked me why. You could have left a message, but you're just sending me text messages. You're so indecisive. I just can't. I'm not going to have that in my life, okay? So you need to accept it and deal with it and move on.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Frankly, I'm on Pia's side here. I'm on Pia's side here completely. You are irrational. You're being irrational, and your mood swings and everything else. Pia, I'm sorry that you had to go through this. Colby?
Thank you.
Colby, what do you have to say for yourself?
This is just beyond.
We went on one date, Colby. Like, stop being so sensitive. Are you sure you're not a Pisces?
Wow, Pia.
Wow, she is aggressive.
I mean, she's right about the Pisces. My husband's a Pisces, and he is really sensitive. but no, come on, Pia. Are you being... Why?
Well, it sounds like you're the professional in zodiac.
Cry me a river, okay?
Pia, don't you think that the zodiac could be kind of like general guidelines, but maybe there's some outliers and some exceptions to the rule?
No.
Oh.
There's no exception to astrological signs.
Wow.
But Pia, are you telling me that you thought that he was just horrible during the date as well and exhibited every horrible sign of a Gemini, and that's why you can't ever be with him? Or you're just predicting things that you don't even know are going to happen?
I didn't think that he was horrible. I said that he was very handsome, and we had a lovely evening, but that's a deal breaker for me because this is a perfect example of the behavior that he will display if we were to continue a relationship together. He's sneaky. He's going behind my back to find things out. He was on the other line. Like, who does that?
Wow.
Wow. Pia, what sign are you supposed to be with?
Yes, please. Tell me that.
Libras, because they're balanced, and Capricorns need somebody very sturdy and reliable, just like ourselves. So that would be my ideal sign.
Colby, do you still want to go out with her again?
Would you?
Yes, I would. But then again, I'm not an irrational Gemini, so that's probably why I would give it another shot. Hey, I'd love to send you guys out on a second date. Would you be interested, either one of you, in going out again? Pia, please, would you go out with Colby one more time? We'll pay for the date.
Are you guys really even asking that question? Did you hear what just happened? Were you listening to anything that I said?
Wow.
Sorry.
It didn't sound that bad to me, really, if I'm being honest.
Well, of course you'd say that. You're probably a Virgo because you're fussy and I can't even handle this anymore. You guys are giving me a headache.
Pia, I am a Virgo.
You are?
Yeah, and I'm not proud of it. I think it's the worst sign out there. I hate it. So.
And you are kind of fussy.
Yeah, so you know, you're aggravating.
She is? Are we talking to a psychic?
If you don't have your right amount of chicken breast every day. Or
Pia, how did you not just know we were calling when we called?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
We clawed, we chained our hearts in vain.